We already know that verbs describe actions or states, and that, to be grammatically correct, all sentences and clauses must contain a verb. We've also learnt how verbs can be in different tenses, and how the same word can be a verb, or a noun, or an adjective, depending upon how it's being used. Let's now draw all our understanding together as we look to answer some common questions. Take a look at this one. Change this sentence into the past tense. Ben runs quickly to school while his mother goes for a walk. As we know, the form a verb takes will change the tense of the sentence. It will tell the reader when it happened. Let's start by finding the verbs in the sentence, as these will be the words we'll need to change. Okay, the first verb is runs. This is an irregular verb, so we'll need to be careful not to be caught out with that. The second verb is goes. This is based upon the verb to go, and again it's an irregular verb, so we'll need to be careful. We also need to watch out for the word walk. In this sentence, this isn't a verb, it's a noun. Okay, so now we've found the verbs, we know which words we'll need to alter to change the sentence into the past tense. Let's start by changing runs to ran. Let's test it. Ben ran quickly to school. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Now let's change the second verb, goes. The past tense of the verb to go is went, so let's change it to went. This gives us, his mother went for a walk. Well, that sounds perfect. Let's just read the whole sentence to double check it still makes sense. Ben ran quickly to school while his mother went for a walk. Perfect. Okay, here's another question. What are we being asked to do here? Write a sentence that uses pin as a noun, then write a sentence that uses pin as a verb. That sounds a little bit tricky. Let's unpick it a little. So we're being asked to write two sentences, both including the word pin. But in the first sentence, pin must be a noun. That's a thing. And in the second sentence, pin must be a verb. That's an action. Okay, let's start by making sure we know how pin can be used in these two different ways. A pin, as a noun, is a thing, something you can hold, such as a drawing pin. So we need a sentence that uses pin in this way. What about, I pin my work to the board? That's not quite right. Although we would be using a drawing pin to do this, in this sentence the word pin is not being used as a noun, it's being used as a verb. So let's try again. What about, I need a pin for the board? Okay, that's perfect. Now let's see if we can write a sentence that uses the word pin as a verb. What about, I am pinning my work to the board? Again, we need to be careful here, as we haven't actually used the word pin, but the word pinning. So this isn't right. What about, please pin your work up? That's perfect. That uses pin as a verb. If you're asked to write sentences like this, try and write the simplest sentences you can, as this will help you avoid careless mistakes.